Welcome back to Titanium Hanger. This is Mike, and I'm coming at you with the MMC Fraudo, which is MMC's take on Swindle. And this is just one component of their combiner, so you can build their Bruticus. And I want to say that this set is very impressive. Quite a feat of engineering, being 100% all in on a combiner. I actually like that. Now, I got this figure from Show Z. You can get yours too. I'll have the link down below. So let's get right into this. So here is the box, and MMC has their own style of boxes, and it looks pretty good. Actually, they kind of got away from that window box design that they were doing. It shows him and Vortex. They're in the back. Kind of interesting how they kind of blacked out the majority of the combiner. You've got some tech specs going on there, and oddly enough, you actually have the red piece to read the tech specs. There's the top and the bottom, showing you the whole set. All right, nice box. All right, let's start by looking at some of these accessories. He has these accessories where you can put this whole missile launcher and this whole setup right here. It rotates, and of course this is two separate guns that are plugged in, and that works fine. And you can get quite a bit of articulation out of just these guns, so it's pretty cool. He can shoot from behind him as he's going, and very reminiscent of what it looked like in the G1 era. Very nice. I like the way that looks. You also have some paint right here, some paint right here, and that works fine. This little mounting piece does mount. You kind of have to split the legs and take the tire off and all that. Very simple, but as we do the transformation, you'll kind of see that. Looking at, we've got some paint all through here. On the inside, you have seats, and that looks good. Paint on the rims, paint and plastic for the purple. You know, I'm a huge fan of purple. The headlights look good. Looks like it's got some translucent and some paint. And a little bit of paint right here. Bumper's not painted at all. Bottom looks pretty clean. I do like this. I like this mode. Let's go ahead and get a little comparison going on with Hot Rod. So you can kind of get a nice idea for size. That's what he looks like. I think everybody pretty much knows what Hot Rod looks like at this point. So it's pretty much easy to go to the leg mode from here, so we're going to go ahead and do that. We're going to remove the tire, and when we split this back piece, the legs, you can get this whole assembly here out. It fits in there nice and tight too, but we can get that out of the way. And then we're going to push this up. We want to get the seats up and out of the way. Feels like a tight clearance. You want to get it past that. There we go. Here we go. Now, I'm going to disconnect this back piece here, the lower piece, and we can go ahead and get this flipped up and out of the way. It's a connector port. All right, so we have to pull these pieces here down, and it's tight clearance on these pieces. There it goes. And then just gonna free it up to slide down a bit so we can flip this out of the way. We can get these arms out of here. Now they are on a slider right back here. These pieces right here slide. So we want to get that slid. There we go. You can see it gives a little bit. This is the tricky part, because I don't want to break it. If you just try to pull too hard, you can break it. Now, we're going to flip this around and slide the arms back in. Right there. You can see back here. Tabs like that. And then line these little tab pieces here back in place. That works. Close this back up. Now, we can slide it back down. And we're going to flip these pieces here around, like so. And we have to lift. Yeah, there's a lot of lifting and sliding and tabbing and stuff, so. These pieces, like so. There you go. Gets it down all the way. Put that back. Put these back. Now, this is an interesting way that these pieces go. You pull that up. They basically lock it. They make it strong, lock it in place. So it's kind of a sliding lock mechanism. All right. And now you can pull the feet out, lock that back in. We need to transform the feet like so. And then you can keep it kind of connected and do it as all as one unit. And you want to rock. You can see that. Rock it to where you get that into the notch. So there's a tab here and a notch there, and you need to rock it into that. There we go. All right, now let's go ahead and fold that down. Make sure the side pieces are tabbed in. And you can fold this piece down. Let's go ahead and see if it's got storage for everything. This guy here, this piece right here. Let's see, this one right here. You can untab that, plug this guy in, fold it around. Yeah, tabs that in. See about plugging this one into here. It holds. And the tire. So if that's all in one, that's all in one. You actually have some great articulation for this. Decent leg mode, solid. You can actually, this holds in place at this position better. This plate, you can move it upward if you want. I'm not gonna get into all that. I think it looks best like this. That's why I can keep it like that. And suffers from small foot syndrome. Now they do have the upgrade kit that they sell with it for like 50 or 60 bucks. So it adds almost an inch, maybe a little more than an inch of height to it. So that's maybe a route you want to go. All right, let's move this guy into bot mode now. So I'm gonna go ahead and unplug all of this good stuff, which that's ingenious. I just really think it's smart that you have all of that in there. Okay, so I do want to get this guy into bot mode, and I like to do the legs first, so I'm gonna start with that and go ahead and just slide them down when you're in this position. Now the kneecaps do lock in place. Let's go ahead and open up. What else do we need to open up? This. Everything should be pretty much opened up. To get everything in place, let's get those kneecaps locked in. And then we're gonna need to push down on that for each leg. I guess you can make them taller if you want to. There we go. And then we're gonna need to fix the heel. Let's flip this back piece up, and we can go ahead and close that at this point. And then, now this is an interesting piece here to get that heel spur. It does have a heel spur that's in there. I need to get the heel spur out. There it is. And then once you have it out, you want to push it back in. You can barely see it, but it pushes in just a little bit. So now you've got that foot done. It's not quite adjusted just right. There it is. All right. Same thing on the other side. You can go ahead and tap that in. We can flip this up. We're going to need to flip that up, bring the heel spur out, and get it tabbed in. We got the legs. All right, working on this upper body. We will have to detach this piece and kind of get it sort of pulled to the out position. Again, we're gonna need to pull the arms out. And remember, these pieces here, I just feel like that will break if you are too rough with it. So that's why this feels like it's taking a long time, because I don't want to break it. I just give it a little wiggle. I don't want to, if you break these little pieces here, you kind of mess up the whole arms and everything. So I don't want that. So. I don't even want to jinx myself and say break loose. You can see it's starting to give a little bit. So one side's actually a lot tighter than the other one for whatever reason. Okay, we got these out. We can fold this unit like that, get the head out, and we're gonna have to fold all this around through here. There we go. And now we're gonna flip this like a nice 180 flip around. Get that steering wheel tucked in there. All right, get the head where it goes. Now, let's take the arms and move them around. So on the outside, wheel goes to the inside. Same thing on the other side. That wheel needs to go further. There we go. Clearance for the wheel. Same thing over here. Lift the arm up, fold it around to the outside, fold the wheel up, and fold it around. Now you can slide that in, build his chest. You have his shoulders. Slide this out and around, open up, get his hand out. Same thing over here, slide that out and around, open this up, get his hand out. And he should collapse on himself here. He should have his flaps, spin them around. Do need to fold these in. And then close this back up, and there's tabs that tab into there. All right, this guy does look good. I am impressed with what they were able to pull off, how good he looks, all of that good stuff. And let's look at his paint. His face is painted well. Okay, I guess. He looks like the character to me. He looks fine. I do understand that they might be putting out another head to go with him, but I actually have a second head for him. Kind of a bit of a smirk, which that probably fits him a little bit more than the other head. I don't feel like that tabbed in all the way. There it is. Okay, so this purple looks nice, and down here with the waist, looks fine. It's funny how that turns into the front grille, and then down the legs. Now, one complaint is that people have said that they feel like the lower legs are just too thick, and I can see that, and I agree with that, but of course the fact that it turns into all of the legs and the feet, I kind of understand that and forgive that, but he's a pretty good looking Swindle. Cleans up in the back, cleans up pretty much everywhere else. Let's go ahead and put his tire. His tire can go right here so that you don't lose anything with him. I like that, I definitely do. And then let's see what else we got with accessories. You could use just friction to hold this piece and have him hold both guns. It doesn't hold well, but you could pull it off for a pose. Come on. You can do it. I know you can do it. Okay, he's not doing it. These pieces here can connect. And this can actually plug into here if that's something you want. And then as for this guy here, let's see if it plugs into the other side. Well, you could actually have everything all inclusive. I don't think that that's something or a way I would display mine. Let's see how he looks for articulation. His head goes up a bit, down a bit, all the way around. His shoulder goes all the way out to a little bit above a 90. And I don't know why it just goes back like that. I guess it's part of the transformation. I don't think that was really intentional. And then really tight. Not one ratchet in this figure, but this is real loose. But going out like this is real tight. So it's kind of strange. You got the elbow, you got the bicep swivel, you have the hands, you have a finger for like a gun, opposable thumb, and then these three are together. Waist swivel is great. You go all the way back, 90, front and back. And then he goes all the way out. Let's see how high it goes. Just like that. And I actually think, because he's got some big old feet, that he can hold up his own weight, like a kicking stance. And you can, yeah, kicking stance. All right, got the thigh swivel, knee to the 90. So that works. And then he does have ankle rocker and toe tilts. So pretty much what you need. Does not have an ab crunch. That doesn't really matter to me. I mean, you can get what you need out of an ab crunch, more or less. But anyway, good looking figure, good looking range of motion. Here's how he stacks up next to an MP36 mold and a standard Carbot. He is a bit taller than a Carbot, smaller than the Megatron, the MP36. I think that size works. I wouldn't even mind if he was a little bit bigger. I do feel like the Carbots are undersized already, but hey, that works for me. So let's go ahead and look at him compared to Zeta and compared to the Unique Toys offering. And the first thing I'll say is you look at Zeta. Zeta does not look good at all in bot mode. So you can see it doesn't look good at all in bot mode. Now, looking at the Unique Toys version, I do want to point out how he has these are faux tires, faux small tires, which makes it look more tune accurate as opposed to the actual big real tires that are on the Unique Toys version. So you can see that difference in there. So I wanted to point that out. So looking at these three, which one do you think looks better? I think it's between the Unique Toys and this one, but I think either one of them look great, and I'm just kind of leaning towards this guy a bit. So MMC did a great job with this figure. The engineering is just amazing. The ability to flip it around from all three modes, and just the ingenuity that it took to make this figure. It works, it's solid, the leg is solid as a brick. All of the sliders and stuff just really kind of make sense after you mess with it a little bit. Really a cool figure. I think he looks good in all modes, so that's definitely a plus on it. And this set is starting to shape up pretty well. I feel the whole overall set's going to be a little bit too short, in my opinion, but they did add those add-on kit to give it another inch or so. And seeing as with the sliders and the way the legs work, depending on how Brawl works out, you may actually be able to get another inch or two out of it and be as tall as Zeta. Well, I'll wait till Brawl comes out and then I'll make that decision. Anyway, let me know what you think about this figure. You can get your own at Show Z. Like, subscribe, and Tidyr Hanger out.